Welcome to the world of Alexander the Great, the legendary conqueror who left his mark on history. In this video, we're going to explore 5 truly incredible facts about Alexander's conquests that will absolutely blow your mind. From his unbeatable military tactics to his unbelievable personal feats, we're going to uncover the unbelievable stories that made Alexander one of the most awe-inspiring figures in history. So join us all the way till the end, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more exciting content just like this. Now, let's begin. Number 1. Rapid expansion. In just 13 years, Alexander the Great created an empire that spanned 3 continents. He started by consolidating his rule in Greece and then launched a massive invasion of Persia, where he won a series of decisive battles against the Persian army under King Darius III. From Persia, Alexander moved on to conquer Egypt and founded the city of Alexandria, which became a major cultural and intellectual center of the ancient world. He then pushed eastward into Asia, where he defeated powerful empires such as the Babylonians and the Medes, as well as the fearsome Indian warlords. Despite facing numerous challenges and setbacks, including a mutiny by his own soldiers and several assassination attempts, Alexander the Great continued to lead his army to victory after victory, expanding his empire at a breakneck pace. His military tactics, including his innovative use of cavalry, siege engines, and phalanx formations, revolutionized warfare and are still studied by military strategists to this day. Number 2. He never lost a battle. Alexander the Great was a force to be reckoned with on the battlefield. In his 15 years of conquest, he never once tasted defeat. It all started when he was just 18 years old, leading his men with lightning-fast speed and agility, catching his enemies off guard and breaking through their lines before they even had time to react. After securing his reign in Greece, he set his sights on Asia in 334 BC, where he engaged in a series of epic battles against the Persian army under the command of Darius III. His military tactics were so effective that they continue to be studied and admired in military academies around the world to this day. Alexander was a true master of the art of war, and his unparalleled legacy still serves as a testament to his brilliance on the battlefield. Number 3. The Siege of Tyre. Back in the day of Alexander the Great, siege warfare was a fresh concept. Sure, it wasn't uncommon to just trap a city and wait for the enemy to starve, but storming fortified walls with siege engines was a fairly new idea that Alexander's father, Philip II, had started to implement. Well, Alexander took his daddy's tactics and then took things to the next level, conquering cities all across the Near East. And let me just tell you, this guy wasn't messing around. In 332 BC, he set his sights on Tyre, a city in Lebanon that was so heavily fortified it was considered an impenetrable fortress. This city had withstood sieges before, even one that lasted for 13 long years by the great Nebuchadnezzar II of Babylon. However, Alexander wasn't one to shy away from a challenge. He and his soldiers built a massive causeway from scratch, spanning the harbor to reach the island where Tyre was located. They even created animal hide screens to protect themselves from enemy arrows. And just when the Tyrians started chucking rocks into the water to slow them down, the Macedonians mounted huge winches on their ships to yank them out. But that wasn't enough for the Tyrians, who swam out to cut the anchor lines. So then Alexander came up with a genius plan and used chains to secure the anchors in place. For the final assault, he even mounted siege towers on ships to attack from multiple sides of the city wall. After a grueling 6-month siege, Alexander emerged victorious, having conquered a city that had once been considered unconquerable. Number 4. Bucephalus. When Alexander was just 10 years old, his father was given a horse that no one could tame. Furious with the animal, Philip ordered it to be taken away. However, Alexander was drawn to this beast's beauty and made a wager that he could tame it. He noticed that the horse was afraid of its own shadow and used this to gain control of the wild stallion. Alexander named his new companion Bucephalus, or Oxhead, and they became inseparable. When Alexander embarked on his campaign against Persia, Bucephalus was chosen as his war horse, and he accompanied Alexander through many battles. They journeyed to the end of the known world together. Sadly, in distant India, Bucephalus died after the Battle of Hydaspes, either from wounds sustained in battle or from old age. The loyal horse was already 30 years old. But to honor his faithful companion, Alexander built a city on the banks of the Hydaspes River and named it Alexandria Bucephala. And number 5, mysterious death. In 323 BC, Alexander the Great attended a wild party where he chugged a bowl of wine and, lo and behold, fell sick. 2 weeks later, at the young age of 32, the mighty and great ruler took his last breath. Given the suspicious circumstances surrounding his father's murder by his bodyguard, rumors immediately started flying about who might be responsible for Alexander's death. Many pointed fingers at those who were closest to him, particularly his general Antipater and Antipater's son Cassander, who later ordered the murders of Alexander's widow and son. Even Aristotle, who had ties to Antipater's family, was speculated by some ancient biographers to have played a role. Modern medical experts have offered various theories, suggesting that Alexander may have been taken down by malaria, lung infection, liver failure, or even typhoid fever. So there you have it, folks. I really hope you enjoyed learning about these incredible historical facts as much as I did. As we wrap up these 5 unbelievable facts about Alexander the Great's conquests, it becomes clear that history is full of fascinating stories and extraordinary figures. Oh, speaking of which, if you're intrigued by the lives of legendary leaders, don't miss our next video: 5 strange facts about Cleopatra that you never knew. Get ready to uncover the lesser-known side of the iconic Egyptian queen. Click right here to continue your historical journey with us. Until next time, keep exploring and keep learning.